Upon entering, a guy passes the threshold where ego meets shadow and love begins if he stays. Carl Jung, most people underestimate how complicated a man's first impression of a lady is. Intimacy has been limited to a physical exchange of desire and release for years. Jungian psychology informs us that the heart is not so simple. Men rarely admit the tempest of emotions they feel in calm moments, not to their lovers, friends, or sometimes even themselves. He may reveal realities about love, trust, and attraction behind his placid exterior. Jung stated, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." This applies most to intimacy. Men see entering into a woman as passion and a threshold where their persona and shadow meet. He feels vulnerability, fear, and longing from lover, child, and warrior archetypes. This is why intimacy often reveals paradoxes: tenderness, hesitation, passion, disengagement, intimacy, stillness. 5 Jungian realities about how a man feels inside you are revealed in this video. You won't find shallow dating advice here. They are deep psychological insights that explain why some men withdraw, why others cling, and how women can respond with knowledge, not perplexity. You'll have a new lens after this video. Knowing you no longer need to chase or guess frees you to meet love with clarity, compassion, and strength. If these thoughts resonate with you, like this video and subscribe to never miss future insights and heart-to-heart interactions. Start with the first hidden truth that will change how you view his silence, touch, and hesitation in private. Layer 1. Power and vulnerability. Men first sense power and vulnerability when they enter a woman. He feels like 2 opposing currents are flowing through him. He feels selected, reinforced in his masculinity, and gratified that someone has trusted him with her body. His old self is touched by this moment, the male desire to dominate, prove potency, and provide life. However, this moment makes him vulnerable and afraid he won't meet her needs. Many women find this paradox confusing. Confidence, physical drive, and masculinity are visible. They suddenly see hesitancy in his gaze, stillness later, or a need for validation that is rarely expressed. He may inquire indirectly by touching you, holding you, or retreating. His secret question: am I enough? Did I satisfy her? Will she want me tomorrow? These are not childish doubts. Men rarely admit their shadows. Carl Jung's psychology explains this. His public confidence clashes with his inner fear of inadequacy and rejection. That instant, his archetypes awoke. The lover is victorious and proud to be desired. The child archetype trembles for comfort and security. Even when uncertain, the warrior archetype focuses on control and strength. Intimacy with males is complicated by this inner battle. Some men hide their inadequacy with arrogance. They exaggerate, dominate, or boast thereafter. Not complete arrogance, but armor. They want to hush the whisper, "What if I disappointed her?" The experience makes other males vulnerable. They yield. They glance further into your eyes. They want non-physical togetherness. He risks full visibility. This makes him a more connected lover. Why does he sometimes seem distant after intimacy? Women ask, why does he suddenly hold me tighter? The answer is this power-vulnerability dance. He may withdraw if fear overwhelms him, needing space to restore confidence. If you make him feel protected, he may lean in for reassurance, allowing himself to embrace his vulnerability. Jung taught that resistance persists. The fragility a guy denies often manifests as projection. He may say you judge him or that you are hard to please, but his inner critic tortures him. Accepting pride and fear, strength and compassion brings him closer to individuation and real love. Understanding the first layer is crucial for women. Many think men seek relief in closeness, but he also wants approval. You must appreciate his strength and frailty, not just praise. He may shut off if you ignore his vulnerability. Demanding frequent demonstration of his authority may crush him. If you see his masculinity as force, fear, pride, and uncertainty, you create intense, emotionally secure connection. This makes the initial intimacy layer vital. Being picked makes a man proud but vulnerable because he fears failing. Layer 2, validation. Validation follows power and vulnerability. For many guys, entering a woman subconsciously proves their value. Their desirableness, choice, and sufficiency are confirmed. They may feel like they belong, matter, and have their masculinity validated in a manner the world rarely does. Jung's paradox is here. Validation based on the act never quite works. Men often focus on their partner's replies in these situations. Breath, submission, and eyes become mute indicators of whether he has done enough. Seeing her body relax and eyes soften confirms him. When she seems distant, distracted, or uninterested, he may mistrust himself and fear failing some invisible exam. Jung's psychology demonstrates that male desire is often unconscious. Archetypes make men seek acceptance outside because they feel inadequate. Lovers want approval. Although the shadow whispers, "You are not enough," the hero craves victory. Partner response goes beyond pleasure. It shows his pride and doubt. Debate begins here. Jung believed biology cannot explain male demand for approval. Men reveal their inner issues in intimacy. Is he a conqueror, a youngster craving praise, confident, or secretly pleading for reassurance? He risks sliding into a loop of seeking, partner after partner, to prove himself. If he just finds validation here, each moment quickly replies, "Am I worthy?" before anxiety returns. Jung said our unconscious will determine our fate. No experience will silence a man's inadequacies until he addresses it. For women, this can be confusing and painful. You may wonder why he obsesses over your reactions, hunts for indicators of emotion, or withdraws if you're quiet. He seeks pleasure and proof that he is enough in those moments. Your breath, eyes, and sounds prove his unconscious desire. However, this is difficult. You're not accountable for curing his shadow. You can't carry his self-esteem. You may notice the dynamic, respond truthfully, and decide if his validation surge is based on true connection or endless hunger. Jungian understanding liberates. Validation is natural, but focusing on it enslaves both parties. True intimacy is about accepting weakness, not performing for evidence. A guy no longer needs every moment of union to prove his value when he integrates his shadow and accepts that he is strong and uncertain. His relationship can satisfy him instead of confirmation. The second layer reveals a significant truth. Intimacy becomes deadly when used as currency. When two souls connect and affirmation comes from true presence, it can transform both parties. Have you noticed how much men want your reactions during intimacy? Do you believe he wants pleasure or validation? Third layer, biobonding and wall dissolution. From the beginning of history, men have wandered and returned. Ancient myths depict men as hunters who travel the world but return to the same hearth, lady, and embrace. Greek epic soldiers fought for fame abroad, yet yearned for Penelope or Andromache. In tribal societies, initiation rites marked separation from women, but also celebrated reconnection as life rebirth. These patterns indicate that males may appear restless, but they are drawn to a link. Modern science clarifies why. Men release oxytocin and dopamine during physical contact, which bind mothers to newborns and build comfort memories. Neurochemical changes confuse desire and emotion. They blur his boundaries and make him feel like he belongs to another. Though a man may think the contact is casual, his neurological system remembers the woman's physique, scent, and rhythms. This recollection is in his head and body. Jung expanded this beyond biology into psychology and symbols. Jung saw intimacy as the union of masculine and feminine, aware and unconscious, ego and shadow. He believed union was legendary because it symbolized the psyche's need for wholeness. The individual at these moments may not realize it, but he is following an archetype. While touching a woman, he encounters his anima, the feminine part of his soul that craves unification. This is why the link can feel overwhelming, and he may feel expanded and powerless. A contentious issue in Jungian thinking. Some detractors say intimacy is hormones and evolution, chemistry and instinct. Jung said biology could not explain attachment or how a single experience might haunt a man for years. The collective unconscious holds unification and longing archetypes, he said. He believed oxytocin and a woman's awakening of his unconscious recollection of his incompleteness and her promise of wholeness make a guy return to her. For many women, this explains why a man may return despite rationale. He may not calculate. He may not comprehend it. His body remembers her. His unconscious has marked her as his anima's carrier. Deep attachment, even obsession, can result. Jung sees a simple connection as a huge psychic relationship drawing him toward his soul. There are risks. If a man misinterprets this connection as ownership, he may cling and want constant access to feel entire. If he denies the bond, he may have multiple encounters without understanding why one lady haunts him. Jung warned that unless the man confronts the symbolic significance of this melding, he would remain trapped, either obsessed with holding on or restless in quest of what he lost. This third layer clarifies for ladies. His nervous system and unconsciousness may be related to you if he keeps returning, not strategy or manipulation. You cannot control his inner path, but recognizing this lets you step back with wisdom. Your relationship might flourish or trap you in cycles of obsession. Fear versus love, fourth layer. A midlife man shared in treatment. Thought that was casual. I persuaded myself I could disappear. Once with her, something split open inside me. After, I wondered, what if she forgets me? Could I be just another passing figure in her life? I feared. I also discovered I cared for her more than I thought. His revelation discloses a secret many guys keep. Desire and fear-love conflict arise from intimacy. Men typically claim they can discern proximity from attachment. They claim intimacy can be casual and unimportant. Carl Jung warns that the unconscious is illogical. Intimacy transcends physicality as psychic portal, too. A man may enter thinking he's in charge, yet intimacy breaks through his defenses. Enjoyment turns into surprising and overwhelming affection. Fear frequently comes first. He fears failure, not satisfying her or proving himself. Fear of being forgotten, that she may leave him while he is consumed. She may secretly compare him to other men and find him lacking. Jungian psychology calls these worries the whisperings of the shadow, which contains self-doubt, inadequacy, and humiliation. Intimacy mercilessly illuminates this chamber, pushing him to face what he prefers to hide. Though dread lingers, love quietly enters. Jung described the anima, the inner feminine in every man, as awakening when intimacy is shared. She becomes more than a partner. She reflects his essence. Thus, men who say they want nothing serious often become attached. The anima defies logic and agreements. Resonance affects it. Stirred, the relationship is unmistakable. Paradox emerges. The rational mind wants light, secure closeness. However, the unconscious says otherwise. Here's love. Here's bonding. This reflects your ultimate desire. Intimacy breaks down his years-long boundaries, revealing tenderness he may not know exists. He may fight it, but not escape it. For women, this explains inconsistent conduct. He disappears, ignoring calls and pretending nothing has happened. He returns the next day, clutching tighter. None of this is hypocrisy. Shadow and anima fight over dread of being forgotten and love that won't stay concealed. Ignoring this paradox can be costly. Men who deny the love that comes with intimacy may harden themselves, considering proximity as a test of pride rather than a relationship. Both parties are hurt by this uncertainty and pain. According to Jung, individuation begins when a man admits his fear and still loves. He balances shadow with consciousness, strength with sensitivity. Doing so makes him capable of desire and devotion. Jung reminds us that men are prisoners of this dilemma until they face it. They hide out of fear. Love risks revealing them. Both forces oppose. When they recognize that fear and love always come together, intimacy changes. Instead of a manhood test, it leads to completeness. Understanding this can help women be compassionate. Men's withdrawal after intimacy may not indicate emptiness. It usually suggests he was overstimulated. Fear and love confused him. Knowing this does not excuse neglect, but it helps you appreciate his humanity behind his contradictions. He is also divided between staying and leaving. Running from love or succumbing to it is his dilemma. Do you think closeness awakens love more than men say? How might that affect your understanding of their contradictions? Layer 5. Identification and presence. Intimacy has changed for men over history. Ancient societies associated masculinity with conquest and lineage. A man's worth was assessed by his ability to procreate or dominate. This intimacy was a power survival trade. Cultural expectations hid vulnerability and emotional issues. Modern man has a more intricate identity web. Now, intimacy is about more than survival or status. Self-image is closely linked to it. How women view him can reinforce or destabilize his self-image. In Jungian terminology, closeness evaluates if the character, his public mask, matches the deeper self. A man may enter confident, capable, and strong, but later wonder, was I present? Did she perceive me as I wanted? Presence matters. Jung stressed consciousness or being present often. A man who is fully present during intimacy sees himself more clearly and unites with another. However, presence is fragile. The tiniest signals from a woman can foster or break it. Gratitude, a gentle embrace, or sticking close might reassure him that he is needed and welcomed. However, apathy, distance, or coldness can greatly hurt him, evoking inadequacy and rejection. This paradox makes intimacy never neutral. It heals or wounds. After an encounter, a man may feel more integrated or fractured, depending on how he feels about his partner. Jung called this an archetypal encounter. The woman's warmth symbolizes the anima's nurturing side, letting him accept weakness. She awakens the shadow by rejecting him, leaving him in confusion and shame. Past-present conflict is evident here. Early men may have ignored these inner vibrations as weakness. Stoicism was strengthened by culture, which taught him intimacy was about duty, not feeling. However, changing expectations have made it harder for modern men to divorce identity from feeling. He may laugh, but he knows. Her response alters his self-image. Tension provides risk and opportunity. He risks reliance and always seeking reassurance if he bases his identity on her reactions. He risks becoming disconnected and using closeness as a sham if he ignores her. Jung's instruction is moderate. Individuation is acknowledging the partner's influence while establishing one's own individuality. For women, this layer shows their power. A tiny act of aftercare, a word of gratitude or quiet has lasting impact. It might boost or break his confidence. This does not mean women determine his self-worth. It means her presence matters. Body separation does not end intimacy. It shapes his self-image and relationship. The fifth layer teaches that soul closeness is never casual. It changes identity. It alters presence. In this reshaping, a man either becomes more authentic or more shadowy. Jung said the ultimate aim is to accept the mirror intimacy provides, to face pride and uncertainty, and let presence, not performance, define love. 5 undiscovered male psyche levels have been explored. Men use it as a mirror to face their shadows, anima, and deepest desires. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will influence your life and be called fate, said Carl Jung. This truth shines brightest in intimacy. It highlights human strength and vulnerability, his hunger for approval and rejection, phobia, ability and reluctance to love. Understanding these layers means seeing past the mask, to realize that every confident posture hides a soul struggling with paradoxes. This information empowers women. It shows that a man withdrawing may be overwhelmed, not apathetic. When he clings, it may not be weakness, but an unexpected attachment. He typically seeks intimacy, not for performance, but for affirmation, that he has been seen. Men gain freedom by accepting these truths, to admit fear without shame. Understand that love comes unexpectedly, and let intimacy change identity. This is individuation, living whole and authentically. Please like this video and subscribe to Philopsy Mind if you enjoyed this exploration. Your contribution helps us bring thoughts and heartfelt conversations to life. Share this video with someone who would be moved by these reflections. Next, we'll explore archetypes, the timeless patterns that create attraction, love, and the collective unconscious. Remember this until then. Intimacy goes beyond shared bodies. It is about two souls awakening each other to truth.